camera is so weird. It's like, just falls in my face. What's the point of putting it up if it's just in my face? What's up, guys? It's Ray here. Welcome back to my channel. So something you may not know about me is that I've been on the internet now for quite some time.
Hey guys, it's Ray.
On this exact channel, I actually started posting YouTube videos in 2011, and I actually started posting on Instagram in 2012. So I was thinking about, instead of just showing you guys my art progression, like here's this drawing, here's this drawing, here's this drawing, I thought I could redraw my very first Instagram post from 2012, and from that we can see my art progression. But anyway, I feel like I've talked enough, so let's just cut on over to my Instagram.
So this is what my Instagram normally looks like as of right now. So for this, we're gonna have to go way back. Are you guys ready to see my very first Instagram drawing? Cause here it is, guys. So this is what I was drawing September 4th, 2012 on the floor of my college dorm room. And in my defense, illustration was never my strong point, alright? So what I have planned for today is to keep some elements, but at the same time change up a lot of things. So basically, I want to take her look to the next level and just give her that glow up, you know what I'm saying? So for this pose, I decided to, first of all, I had to cover up the the chest area. Since the original one was naked, I decided to grow out her hair as a way to cover her up. I felt that it would be more natural that way. The next part I wanted to work on was her hands. I felt like her hand just casually being up was kind of awkward, so I figured like it resting on her head would give it a better flow as well. And then lastly, the last thing I wanted to work on was her tail. It didn't really make sense because her hair was flowing one way, the tail was flowing the other way, so this time I flipped it around. That way it would flow better with the hair. Okay, so now that the body is done, we have to move on to the worst part, which is the hands and the face. And I'm not used to drawing like any illustration type hands, so I struggled, and eventually I just realized the hands probably wouldn't look good anyway, so I just got rid of the hands altogether. And I know, it's the oldest trick in the book to hide the hands, but in the end, I think not showing the fingers on that one hand came out a little bit better than expected. And the last thing we gotta do before we start coloring was the face. And to be honest with you guys, this was probably, besides the hands, this was probably the worst part. I know that my weak point is illustration, so I think out of all the videos recently that I've done, this has been the hardest. I don't know what it is, it's just like my brain only wants to draw realistically, and that's not what I was going for today. Anyway, so once I was done with the sketch, I needed to transfer it onto good paper. So this is leftover paper from my Dollar Tree video, my 99-cent video, and I'm just gonna do the same thing what I did with my last video. So basically, all I did was get a poster board, turn it over to the non-shiny side, and just start scrubbing away. So once I transferred it onto the good paper, I still was not happy with the sketch, so I just went in there with my mechanical pencil and just messed with it further. You know, just kind of messed around with the tail and just kind of tweaked it a little bit until I found something that I was happy with. I feel like you guys already know what's next, and that is coloring. I got these on clearance, cheaper than the price listed at Target, so today I'll be using the Crayola colored pencil 36 bag. It's been a hot minute since Crayola has made an appearance on my channel, and since I got these brand new, I just figured why not put 2 and 2 together. Plus I know that you guys like it whenever I use cheaper supplies. And when I say cheap, I mean these were really cheap. Originally these were like $4 something, but I got them knocked down even lower, so the final price was $1.34. In the original drawing, I didn't add a lot of details to the face, so this time around I wanted to give her more life, so, you know, add some eyelashes, some contour, and just make her look more lively. So one thing you'll notice is that I keep erasing the lines before I actually go in and start with my colored pencil. And the reason I do that is because 1, I don't want the lines showing through, and 2, I don't want it to muddy up my colors. Like, I don't want this harsh dark line with my nice colors, you know what I mean? There wasn't a lot when it came to the skin part of the drawing because it was just her head and her arms. And by the way, thank God there was no feet. The hands were enough to draw. So I was able to move on to the tail portion of the drawing. In the original, I had hot pink for the tail. But the thing is that I don't really see hot pink as an ocean color. So what I chose instead was a salmon pink. And to be honest here, this is the perfect opportunity to use a color called salmon pink. Unlike the last drawing, I wanted to add some details to the tail. Like, I didn't want to add every single scale, so I just did a little bit here and there, just to imply that this has texture to it. At this point, we only had 3 or 4 things left to do, but I felt like I was under a lot of pressure for the hair. Like, mermaid hair is a very magical way of describing hair. And all the references that I saw of mermaid hair, it was like this giant, grand, floating head of hair. But I don't know, like, I felt that it didn't go with this character design. Like, I wanted to keep it full, but I also wanted to keep her hair straight. So I guess I'll go back to that later and add some more saturation and some more colors with Prismacolor. But in the meantime, I wanted to work on something more simple, so I started working on the fin. And in the words of a professional artist, I had no idea what I was doing. So, all I did was just start adding in some shadows and some lines, and I started erasing it, and I noticed that it got this transparent look to it, which I really, really liked, because that's how actual fins sometimes can look. So sometimes there's parts in the tutorial, or I guess drawing, that I like to call being stupid. This is one example. So I don't know why I tried to erase that particular area, but it left this horrendous dark mark on there. So I had to improvise and make it look kind of like a leg, like underneath the fin. I don't know, I just like to share like my faults with you guys and show you guys that I'm nowhere near a perfect artist by any means. But let's end this on a not stupid note. So all we have to do now is draw in the seashell. And to pull it all together, just add in just a light touch of color to add some depth to it. And once that is done, we are finished. Da 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 da! So here is 2012 versus 2017.
Alright! Wow, that actually, like I said, I was kind of nervous that it wasn't going to be successful, but I think it came out pretty alright. Also, if you guys want to go check out the uncensored version of my mermaid, it's on my Instagram, along with everything else that I've ever painted from 2012 all the way to last week. So anyway, I hope to see you guys there, and with that being said, I love you, and I will see you next video.